Hey, hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back. Meet the trainers, and you probably have already guessed what I'm about to say. If you've ever watched Meet the Trainers with Tim Reedy before, then you know that my introductory line is Tim is one of my favorite human beings on the face of the earth. I am president of the Tim Reedy fan club. I absolutely love everything he does, both as a trainer and as a human. So thank you for being my friend, Tim. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing you. But I will cease fawning over you for a moment and let everyone else in on the awesomeness. Tell everyone who you are.
Well, before I do that, I just have to say that I am president of the Tiffany Johnson fan club, and that the Admiration Society for Tiffany is it has a worldwide following, and it's
Well,
very
thanks.
active membership. Anyway, okay, I'm Tim Reedy. I run TDR training. I'm based out of Bandera, Texas, a little town about 30 or 40 minutes northwest of San Antonio, Texas. I've been training professionally since 2010. I guess before that it was unprofessionally. Just kidding. No, but it was probably before then. I turned it into a business in 2010, and then in 2013 I had my first experience with Tom Gibbons and went, I see the light, and started training very seriously with Tom through all of his pistol instructor development courses. And it was actually at the very first TACCon I went to the next year where I met Miss Tiffany Johnson and became her biggest fan. And I have a passion for training. My primary work is with gateway students, folks who are newer. And what I like doing is giving people a very strong foundation and encouraging them to continue growing and learning without having to do a lot of the unlearning that I've done in my time as a shooter and an instructor.
Amazing, amazing. So Tim gave you a little bit of a sneak peek into why I am such a huge fan as a student, because if you're familiar at all with Akil and me, you know, we are all about gateway training. And so Tim epitomizes the gateway instruction paradigm, and he's bringing that particular style and technique of training to his first block, which has now been running a few years at TACCon. We deliberately put it at the very beginning of the conference, and it's called Holster Success. I am in awe of all of the research and preparation, Tim, that you put into the instructional design for this course. And I cannot stress enough how important it is for anybody who is a first timer at TACCon, or who maybe has never trained with Tom and has not yet had that aha moment that Tim is talking about. Even if you think you're 100% squared away, if you're the least bit new to, you know, kind of the range master culture, holster success at 8 a.m. on Friday, or the repeat is at 10 a.m. on Friday with Tim Reedy. Highly, highly recommend. Tim, tell us about that class.
Absolutely. So for me, learning to safely draw from a holster and more importantly, put it back in the holster is it's really a watershed moment for people who are gun owners and even shooters, because it takes you from being somebody who can shoot and owns a gun to somebody who can safely and effectively carry a gun on their person, and if the need arises, to get it out safely and then put it away safely, since studies seem to show that one of the most dangerous things we do with firearms is holster a loaded gun. I've done a lot of holster training with top folks, Tom, of course, Spencer Keepers, Brian Hill, Masayub, all kinds of folks who have all brought their special sauce to working from the holster. And this isn't so much about getting a sub-second draw. This is about an efficient, repeatable fighting draw stroke where you can then once the gun is out of the holster, and the draw stroke just keeps building and becoming more effective as you progress through the steps, and then a very robust and safe way to put it away. It's really aimed at folks who may have never drawn from the holster before. It's a very low round count class. We only shoot about 25 or 26 rounds in the class, but it's based on giving you a really good foundation of start different starting positions and getting the gun out efficiently.
Excellent. I love it. I will say it again. If you think that the point of TACCON is to come and dump 1,000 rounds downrange, you are, I fear, largely missing the point of TACCON. And so don't be put off by the fact that it's a low round count class. John Hearn is famous for saying that sometimes we shoot too much in class. And so I love
Mhm.
that Tim is really honing in on this one discrete skill so that we can master the separate building blocks before putting them all together. Tim is a master at breaking those steps down and making sure that, as he said, these are repeatable. And the foundation, you can't build a house on a shaky foundation. So please, 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 if you are the least bit new, or even if you've not had formal training on holster work, if you've ever been to a class that involved holster work where no one taught you that there are separate steps to the draw, or someone said simply, get the gun out or put the gun away without going through a very specific technique, then you absolutely must go to Tim Reedy's class. Must go
And
to holster success.
alternatively, yes. Additionally, if you're an instructor and you're thinking about
Mhm, mhm.
adding a holster class to your offerings, come steal my stuff. It's offered freely, and hopefully you can find some use out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Don't miss the opportunity to steal from a master instructor. And I'll say the other Tim, because we have like 18 Tims at TechCon. Tim Kelly is also teaching elements of the draw. So you've got several opportunities to brush up on your draw stroke. Please do not neglect that skill set. Don't focus just on sights and trigger. There's so much to this lifestyle, and TACCon really is a lifestyle conference. It's not just about sending lead downrange. So, all right. Hopefully, I have beaten that dead horse enough. Tim's not done. He's got more awesomeness to bring to TACCon. And here comes the fun stuff. Holster success is fun too, but this is funny as well. Because if you've ever met Tim, then you know that he's a fan of wearing, don't say the S word, he wears kilts. Tim loves
All
kilts.
day, every day. Mhm.
Let the breeze flow. But Tim is also really, really, really amazing at competition shooting. And I think more to the point here, he's really good at drawing connections between competition shooting and practical applications of pistol craft. So he's bringing a class that kind of is modular in nature called Kilt in the Streets, which is a fun little play on things that are floating around the internet, and he'll expound on that. But there's Kilt in the Streets classroom on Saturday, and then there's two chances to do Kilt in the Streets live fire on Sunday. Tim, tell us what those classes are all about.
Absolutely. Uh, I think that competition is one of the best tools that defensive shooters can add to their repertoire, in that it teaches you how you and how your gear performs under stress. It's a wonderful equipment laboratory, and it gives you a chance to determine just how well you can perform under artificial stress, like a timer, an audience, a score. And for people who think that those things don't add stress, I encourage you to come to Kilt in the Streets and give competition a try, because it really does add a tremendous amount of stress. But the good thing is, nobody's shooting back at you. You get a chance to learn from your mistakes. It is a very supportive atmosphere. I've been an IDPA competitor not quite as long as Tom Givens has. I think his IDPA number is 00008.
Eight.
Mine is 01570. So I
Wow.
joined a few months after Tom did. But I think IDPA, Steel Challenge, USPSA all have things to offer. There are also, all of them have a little bit of a downside in terms of perhaps developing bad habits for defensive shooters. So in the classroom, myself and the inimitable Patrick Flores go over the similarities and the differences, the pros and the cons of IDPA, USPSA, and Steel Challenge. And then in the range portion, we shoot a sample IDPA match, and I'm sorry, not a match, but just a stage and also a steel challenge stage. And it's tons of fun and lots of learning. And hopefully, what it will do is get people who are on the fence about competing to say, "Oh yeah, I know what to expect now, and I'm gonna go try this out."
Great, love it. And thanks for the shout out to Patrick. I was going to do
Mhm.
that if you didn't. Another one of my favorite
Mhm.
people. So, Kilt in the Streets is a great kind of on ramp for competition. If, just as Tim said, if you've been thinking about it, but maybe a little intimidated, one of the principles of range master instruction is the crawl, walk, run approach. So, this is a great way to kind of crawl in a very supportive environment before you jump into your first competition. Or even if you've already been doing competition, Tim and Patrick are absolute experts and they can show you things that you might never have imagined before. I guarantee you. So, all right, Tim. Well, I suppose we will end this meeting of the Tim Reedy Admirers Club. And and I will just say I'm looking forward to seeing you in March. TDR training, folks. Don't miss out. Thanks, Tim.
And oh, one more thing, Tiffany, I forgot to
Oh, yeah.
tell you. We got a new dog recently, Benny. He's a cute little puppy. I'll have to show you pictures. But the other day, I accidentally used Benny's dog shampoo, and I think that explains why all day long I felt like such a good boy. Tiffany forgot to warn you that there will be many bad jokes in all of my classes.
Yes, if you look up dad jokes in the dictionary, you'll see a giant picture of Tim, but it's one of the many reasons why I love him. It's the jokes are almost like they come full circle. They're so bad that they're hilarious, and
Yeah.
you'll see what I mean when you go to his class. So thanks, Tim.
It's my pleasure, my dear. Good to see you, and can't wait to give you a hug at TechCon.